I think we have still some minutes for questions from the floor, so you are most welcome. When you take the floor, would you identify yourselves and say to whom you're addressing the question? There's a lady there also asking for the floor, the next one. Please. Okay. Speaking as a systems integrator, the obvious question to our colleagues... Would you mind identifying yourself, please? Sorry, okay. It's Gash Buller from Control 2K UK. We're a very small systems integrator, having to work with quite a number of companies, so we're not always working with large organizations. So watching your presentations, we don't live in a completely Siemens world or an Allen Bradley world or an ABB world. There's going to be interoperability, the big question. Sooner or later, there's going to be some form of cooperation between the larger organizations in terms of producing common platforms. Has the panel got any sort of views on that? Get the last sentence. Looking at common platforms, having to work with competitors, become interoperable. Well, you know, I have to say I like to work with the competitors, particularly the one left from my side. But you know, there is a, let me say, competition law where there is some limits. I think that of course we have to, you know, have open systems, and this is quite clear. Not only because not only going forward, but also because of the installed base. We cannot force a customer to go on a Siemens technology only. I mean, for us, it's quite clear. Only open systems allow customers, you know, to, you know, be competitive at the end of the day. And so far, yes, there are associations in the world which are talking about standardization, we did here today, and this is what we support. That systems are open and innovation has to happen, because, I mean, platforms, they are also subject to innovation. It also goes on, it goes fast. How long do these products live? We believe in open interfaces and standards. I think this gives all parties the necessary freedom to innovate, you know, and to guarantee that you are not investing in a technology where you are kind of locked into one supplier. It is not our interest. We want customers to, you know, take their choice and buy what they think they want to have. Thank you very much. I think there was a lady somewhere there asking for the floor. There was a lady there.
Following, I would very much like... It's working. Okay. I would like
would you please identify yourself, please?
What?
Would you please say who you are?
Okay. I am Mrs. Calypso Tsitlakidou-Röhrig. I am expert for some new technologies in the physical way. And so I would very much like ask Mr. Huber, and I will continue the question of the people who have spoken in these areas. Siemens, did she has inventors? Did he has experts in this area, or is it one very big, organization? I respect it, but I like ask if they have inventors and experts. Please answer me exactly. In the Siemens.
Not quite understood, to be quite honest. I've not quite understood your question.
Very important to know.
I will answer your question if I have understood it. I'm available for you afterwards. I have not quite understood your question.
I ask you.
Whether you have inventors and experts in your own organization.
Yeah, well, we have both. I mean, we try invention and innovation. I mean, it's a difficult animal, and we cannot just plan everything. This is, as you all know,
good ideas are happening statistically around the world. And we look into the markets. We have incubators in America, in Asia, and we look at people, we look at their ideas, we finance ideas, and if we see something what we like, we buy it, we hire people. And of course, we have an internal plan, technology plan, what we already have. But this is the easier part, which is already underway. We can extrapolate and say, this is what we have today, and this is what we do, in a year or 2 years. It is much more difficult to have this radical innovation, find it, what is changing the world. And we have kind of a radar screen. We have people employed looking around the world and talking to universities. We have a lot of university contacts. And we invite people to incubators. We finance their ideas for a few years and try to then acquire this technology.
Okay, I understand it. But the question is, if SMEs who create really jobs, if they work with their invention, if, for example, if Siemens apply for a project, maybe say the commission, Siemens is a big industrial producer, and so I give them the nice work of SME, of another SME, This is very difficult for one SME which has experts and inventors to penetrate into the market of the new nanotechnologies, for example. So please give me one answer.
Could you please tell me who SME is? What is this is your company or?
Small and middle-sized enterprises. Yes.
Well, I can tell you, we have employed, we have around 1,200 partners around the world, small and medium enterprises using our technology. We basically do not integration work. We are a technology provider, and we have a lot of customers who want the solution not from Siemens, and this has good reasons, because there's proprietary technology and know-how involved. And the customer knows that we go from one big manufacturer, let's say, pharmaceutical company to the other. So they want to tell us, you have to certify this partner, and this partner, we know what they are not all over the world, and this is what we do. So we have 1,200 partners. We train, we work together. This is our value-added sales channel. It's the most important we have. We do big projects where the customer wants Siemens because of risk reasons to do the solution. But generally, we work through value-add sales channel with thousands of partners.
Thank you very much. Perhaps we have time for one short more question. Gentleman here, please. Okay, we'll take two quick ones. Yeah. We'll take two in a row.
Giuseppe Padula, coming from University of San Marino. Coming back to the issue of the application of cloud in the area of manufacturing, which seems to be strategic also for the CME, because from Mr. Huber, we have seen that it's very important, the reduction of lead time of 40% with new technologies, but then there is a huge consumption of digital resources, and this often is not approachable from SME, so probably services from cloud can help. From the other hand, just to give you a short information.
Would you please be quite short? Someone else is waiting,
yeah,
and we are running out of time.
In the last year, of 120 papers on cloud manufacturing, 82% came from China. 10% from USA. So, and Google, IBM, and Amazon are taking, in a way, the market for cloud manufacturing. If it's something interesting for the European Union just to take or control something about it.
Thank you very much. Mr. Gattiglio will reply to you.
Thanks for the question. Is something that I have already faced a little bit in my intervention. I think a cloud is a big opportunity, although I agree with your statement that the matter of the platforms and the European answer to the domination of this platform, maybe from Google, is something needed. Going back to the point of ICT for SMEs, as I said, cloud is an opportunity, and is an opportunity to bring ICT to SMEs at an affordable price. Today is probably mandatory for a lot of manufacturing companies to have a PLM system in place, but most of the SMEs are not able to face the cost which are generating from such type of products. Then maybe the colleagues aside from me will tell that Siemens will change its policy about that. But the cloud can really give the possibility to have a new model in which the SMEs will access to software at a more reasonable price without need of investments in terms of hardware and heavy personalization which are required for this type of softwares.
Thank you very much. A very, very, very quick last question, please.
Right. Peter Fries from Auto 21 in Canada. I just have a very practical question for Mr. Huber and Mr. Marini. If you compare 10 years ago to today and then go forward 10 years, do you see the energy requirements of a given size robot dropping, and by how much?
The energy consumption of robots. Well, unfortunately, I'm not a robot specialist, but this gentleman is, so he might help you out.
We have a modest interest in robots. Yeah, the energy consumption has dropped quite a lot, but it was not really the main concern. I mean, you're talking savings in the range of 40–50%, but that was not our main concern. Our main concern was the reduction of overall size. And particularly the controller. I mean, the controller itself has been always this, big thing hanging somewhere, you know where to put it. So the example I showed, which I appreciate is a bit extreme because the payload, of course, is not particularly high. It just shows where the research goes. Integration of, reduction of space and weight, portability, and integration of different technologies like the sensors, for the vision, and the different handling. I mean, the number of axes. I mean, I didn't mention, but this is a 14-axis little robot. So these are the key driver for us in driving our R&D rather than necessarily energy saving, which, by the way, we achieved.
Okay, thank you very much. We are running out of time, so may I ask you to join me in clapping of this fantastic panel for the intervention.